Plenty of action down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Levert out there with Daniels. And it's Rizachet in at the 3 slot. A nice shot by Levert.
From range, Levert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor him.
Now here's Levine. Ellis with the screen for Levine. Outside, Sabonis. Out to DeRozan. Lock at 6. Murray against Johnson. Sabonis. And it's sent back by Okongwu.
Atlanta ball.
Here is Daniels. He's guarded by Ellis. Count that one.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
To the paint, here's Johnson. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
It's picked off. Rizachet with it. DeRozan's there. Rizachet sets the screen for Johnson. Nice D from Levine.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And the 3 ball is good. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Atlanta.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And guys, another thing I love is their pursuit of the ball. I mean, creating second chance opportunities just with effort.
Here's Johnson. Sacramento able to drain the 3. It's Levert on the wing. And it comes off the front of the rim.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or 2.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
The kick out to Sabonis. 6 to shoot. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Kept alive. Outside DeRozan. Tries again. Back to Sabonis. Now here's Levine. He's covered by Daniels.
A way to seize the opportunity. Levine just smashing that one home.
Greg, give us one word to describe Domantas Sabonis on the offensive end.
Kevin, I guess I'd say dominant, but that really scratches the surface. The way Sabonis drops dimes, hits shots, and controls the glass, dominant just doesn't even really begin to say enough.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Domantas Sabonis set the longest double-double streak in over half a century that season with 61 straight double-doubles. He said it's awesome to be mentioned with the greats. It's my job as a big man to get rebounds and to finish. At the end of the day, you're just out there trying to win. Kevin?
Thank you, David. That double-double streak was a blast to watch. Historic in so many ways. Now here's Levine. Lets the 3 fly. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
His precision on pull-up jump shots is what makes Levine one of the league's most dangerous scorers. His mechanics off the dribble are on point.
And that one's good. Daniels.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now, here's Sabonis. Hasn't made one yet. Murray sets a screen for DeRozan. Outside for Murray. No good from outside.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
Okongwu, the pass to LeVert. There's the pick. Johnson attacking, and the slam dunk by Johnson.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. It's tipped. Ellis, the pass to Levine. A three-pointer off the mark. And so it's Atlanta holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. From beyond the arc, they've been absolutely... And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you guys think about the Hawks here in this one?
Just stretching out the floor at first. They had the defense scrambling.
Yeah, and when you're hitting threes early, that opens up the floor and really helps your offense.
And so in the game for the Hawks, a front court is Rizier and Johnson. Daniels out there with LeVert, and it's Okongwu in at the 5. And Monk drops them both. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
Levine gets the bucket.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
On the wing, Johnson. To the right side. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Domantas Sabonis. Levine, and the jam by Levine.
A guy more than capable of creating his own offense. Sometimes you just get the ball and get out of his way.
And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
Out to DeRozan, shoots over Rizier. That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from DeMar DeRozan.
And the accelerated release from DeRozan gave him the upper hand there.
Daniels from outside. Knocks down the 3 ball. Daniels has got 11 points.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest that ball.
And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Here's Levine with the drive.
Mercy. That was downright dirty. Levine. Yes, sir.
To the middle. It's stolen by DeRozan. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Valanciunas. Atlanta with the rebound. Johnson's got 4 rebounds in this game. 3-pointer, LeVert. A second chance effort. And there's the nice layup by Okongwu. Okongwu's now got his second bucket.
And the D getting outwork there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by.
I like the movement from the rookie, Zachary Rizier.
The Kings making a switch here. Ellis is checked in, and Atlanta will go for a different look here. Hayes checked in. George Niang comes in for Jalen Johnson. Mann's checked in for Karis LeVert. Young is subbed in for Dyson Daniels. And Trey Young gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Murray's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And a change for the Hawks. Krejci's checked in. Ellis, the pass to LaRavia. 1:51 left to play here in the second quarter.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of it.
That one falls.
Trae Young.
Young's got the lead up to 11 now for Atlanta.
When you watch Young, there's that courage to his game.
We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
Pass to Gay. Puts up a three. It's hauled in by the Kings. 56 seconds left in the first half. Ellis, the pass to LaRavia. Murray surveying the D. Kicks it out to Ellis. Lets it go with the three. Monk outside. Back to Valanciunas. Second shot opportunity, and he hits the jumper for two.
So skilled at the 5. Valanciunas helps space the court, knocks down the mid-range, Jay, more often than not, and also a terror on the offensive glass.
The Kings trail by 6.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
Here's Monk. He takes it in, and then Monk with the dunk.
And how committed is Monk there on the attack to the rim? When he puts it on the deck, he's looking to take it all the way.
Here's Krejci. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. The Hawks lead by 4. Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
Ooh, that first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape was just destroying the rim.
Well, they've got to build a wall immediately because he'll just keep attacking like that if they don't.
They've got Domantas Sabonis. Monk is out there with Ellis. Then there's Murray. And it's LaRavia in at the 4 slot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Monk outside. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Hey, Greg, one thing that the Kings have had work for them over the last few seasons is their depth.
And have made some shrewd moves to fill out their bench. Got great contributions from their 6 through 10 players. It's been a big part of their recent success.
Zach LaVine's checked in for Sacramento. Here's LaVine, 14 points for him. To the inside, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
Head always on a swivel. LaVine making things happen with his passing.
And the Kings making a change here. DeRozan's checked in. You know, Stan, as productive as Zach LaVine has been, you get the sense he wants to compete for titles. He wants more than just the individual stuff.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, at this point in his career, it just hasn't all worked for the teams he's been on yet, but he's still got some time to figure it out.
Yeah, he does. LaVine passes to DeRozan. And that comes off the assist by LaVine. DeRozan's got his second basket of the game.
Tormenting his way through. DeRozan showing what he's made of.
Nance a screen on Ellis. And Young kicks to Nance. Puts up a deep 3. And Trae Young hits from deep. Young's got 5 now.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
David, that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder. DeRozan. Pass to LaRavia. And he finishes nicely on the layup. He's got 7.
Oh, that's a terrific dime from DeRozan. And this is why guys enjoy playing with him.
Here's Mann. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
And the call will be against Sabonis. That is his first foul of the game. Both teams deciding to change it up.
Substituting.
The Hawks lead by 7. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. And the dunk by Ricochet.
Yeah, if you give Ricochet a chance at the rim, he's going to make you pay.
Sacramento's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And it's in there. Here we are, Stan, seeing more and more great international players in the NBA. And you've had a chance to coach some of the good ones as well.
Well, yeah, look, Kevin, you're right about the league now. We see every year, it seems like, the MVP is an international player. I had Hedo Turkoglu was a big part of what we did in Orlando, was a most improved player in the league one year and a key part of our team that made it to the finals. 6'10", highly skilled, very versatile guy. There are great players coming from everywhere in the world.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Okongwu, the pass to Johnson. Back to Okongwu. Pass to Johnson. Pocket 6. Buries the long-range jumper. Johnson's got 11 points.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Levine kicks to Crowder. And that comes off the assist by Levine.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Okongwu with a screen on Fultz. That's tipped. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Crowder dishes to Murray. Pass to Sabonis. In the corner, it's Levine. 6 on the shot clock. And then Levine with the jam.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. So it's Atlanta with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're here now, a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, and if you have both guards dishing like that and putting up points, wow, a coach's dream.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the court right now for the Hawks. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Daniels out there with Karis LeVert. And it's Ricochet in at the small forward. Some changes for Sacramento. Sabonis, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. DeRozan comes in for Crowder. And Levine subbed in for Malik Monk. Pass to LeVert. Back to Daniels. There's the triple. A three-pointer is right on target. Daniels has got the lead up to 11 now for the Hawks.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
With a flush, DeMar getting up.
Pass to Rizachet. On the wing, Johnson. Good ball movement here by the Hawks. Stolen by Ellis. Here's the break. Levine wide open. Atlanta with the rebound. Johnson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Murray, the pass to Sabonis. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
And you can tell Rizachet has a great basketball IQ. He spots the opening and delivers the pass on time.
And the basket by DeRozan.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
Back to Daniels. And Ellis with the block. Levine dishes to Murray. Back to Levine. Screen by Ellis. Just 5 to shoot. The tray. Levine's shot is off.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Ellis against LeVert. On the wing, Johnson. LeVert is screen on DeRozan. Johnson, that's for 2. And the call will be against Karis LeVert. That is his first foul of the game.
And he drew that call by establishing his base early and then doing a great job with the box out.
Yeah, it's something we don't see a whole lot in games. Just too aggressive going up.
Got it. Nice one there from Levine.
Man, good job by Levine fighting for that position.
1:51 left in the 4th quarter. And Okongwu slams it in.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Murray finds Levine. Back to Murray. Pass to DeRozan. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Oh, great pass from Murray. I like whenever he looks to get his guys involved.
Johnson, the pass to Daniels. From past the arc. Rebounded by Ellis. And so Ellis will bring it up for Sacramento. They trail by 6. Sabonis kicks to Ellis. Driving to the basket. Outside Levine. Pass to Murray. 3-pointer. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing. Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Sacramento. making a switch here. Arabia's checked in, and a change for the Hawks. Young's checked in.
And that tacks another big point onto the league. Great N1 play, showing us now a little bit of that killer instinct.
2 points here might be all the cushion they need.
You would think so. This game is theirs for the taking. They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here.
Into the lineup for your Kings.
12 seconds left in the game. Just 5 on the clock.
Valanciunas.
And the Hawks with possession here. Young fires away from outside. No good. And so the Hawks take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
Top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm Should see some great ball movement with these two teams, Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
Here's the starting group for Portland. Jeremy Grant out there with Avdia. Then there's Anthony Simons. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. And it's Sharp in at the shooting guard. Here's Ellis. Pass to Sabonis. Now here's Levine. Back to Sabonis. Just 4 to shoot. And Levine gets it to go on the assist from Sabonis.
Proving once again, Levine is not all dunks and threes.
Sharp against Levine. Here's Ayton. Hey, from beyond the arc. And Domas Sabonis pulls it down. Ellis passes to Sabonis. And here's Levine. Over to the left wing. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds to Sacramento. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, I caught up with the head coach of the Kings for a moment. How they'll go about defending DeAndre Ayton came up, and coach told me once Ayton gets deep, it's too late. We need to find him early and not let him set up down low. Push him out to the line. That's a lot to be pushing around with Ayton being as big as they come, guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. All right, Brent, we hear the phrase 3 and D. Jeremy Grant is a perfect example of that, though.
Well, Grant's done a good job of trying to find some more confidence in shooting from the arc. He shot over 40% from 3 in one season. Defensively, he's versatile. He's long. I like him to play a little bit more physical, but if that comes along, he's the kind of guy you want to suit up with.
Stolen! Simons against Sabonis. Pass to DeRozan. Sabonis, left side. Outside Murray. Here's DeRozan. And he buries his first look.
And DeRozan is fearless, not afraid of getting inside and going up to score.
On the wing, Simons. Now here's Ayton. Beyond the arc. He can't get it to go. Tipped. Grant outside. Takes a 3. Connects from downtown. Grant's got 6 points.
Good hands by Ayton.
Sabonis finds Levine. 3-pointer. Drops in the 3.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Now the Kings in transition. Sabonis in the post. Defended by Avdia. It's good.
And this is where Sabonis can play tricks. He's got every move at his disposal.
And it's Simons with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. They trail by 3. And Domas Sabonis pulls it down. The Kings have gone 4 of 4 from the floor. Perfect start. Here's Levine. And the layup is good. He's got 7.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's Simons. No points yet. And Ayton gets it to go.
DeAndre Ayton happy to shoot at that range. Nice stroke.
The Kings have gone 5 of 5 in this quarter. Solid. DeRozan outside. The floater outside Levine. Sinks the tray.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Blazers trail by 5. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Hey, guys. Well, this year marked the loss of Blazers great, Hall of Famer, and truly a one-of-one, Bill Walton. One of the greatest big men this league has ever seen, known for his incredible passing skills. And off the court, he was just as dedicated to assisting others and making the world a better place. Guys, there is no question Bill Walton.
Oh, wow! With authority!
Hey, look at everybody. That's got this place going. You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands. The shot's good.
Oh, a nice move by DeRozan. Pulling up for a J before the defense can interfere.
Simons with it. Checked by Murray. Avdia from outside. Rebound by Sacramento. Sabonis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Stolen by Sharp. Ayton against Levine. Ayton passes to Sharp. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
With 2 seconds left, and it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Avdia.
I know people can't see you, but you're doing what I'm doing. Scratching your head to that turnover.
Here's Levine. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. Zach Levine. He's been the guy. Some good action already in this one. But a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Kings.
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
I love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
Zach Levine out there with Markelle Fultz. Then it's DeMar DeRozan. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's LaRavia in at the 4. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings. Outside Fultz. Kicks it to DeRozan. Over to the wing. Tipped.
Grant's got some verts. I mean, it's all out there, especially effective on getting to the shooters and making an impact.
Ayton, no good. Sacramento leading by 4.
You know, depending on where Jeremy Grant's been, he's filled a lot of different roles. He's been asked to be the alpha or the second option or even a role player. But whatever it is, he's always willing to do whatever it takes to help the team.
And there's the foul. It's on Zach Levine. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
There's Simons with a 3. Counted from distance. Simons got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And Simons has great confidence in shooting that 3 ball, and that consistency will help this squad.
Sharp finds Ayton. Hey, expanding his range. It's rebounded by Levine. For Sacramento, they've gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Fultz into the lane. Second chance effort. Pass to Valanciunas. Gets an open look and hits it. And the Kings lead by 3.
Not just a threat in the paint. Valanciunas showing.
And And the foul called on Markelle Fultz. That's his first foul of the game. Some changes for Sacramento. Murray's checked in for DeRozan. Monk comes in for Zach LaVine. And Ellis is subbed in for Fultz. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
The Blazers have a lot to learn. Coach Tonci said, I owe it to these players to coach them. The only way I know to do that is with honesty. It's always coming from a good place. Once you know that, then you take it with love. I lead with love. I don't lead with fear. Brian?
That's a Hall of Fame mentality, Allie. He's been in their shoes.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
They set the screen. Here comes Murray. And he gets the bucket. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Graham. Is the league too offensive at the moment, you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend. And now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
And that one's good. LaRavia.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Domantas Sabonis, he's checked in for Sacramento. Rebounded, Domantas Sabonis. Sabonis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Ellis. They kick it out to Murray. LaRavia passes to Murray. With the drive. And Klingon pulls it down. Blazers trail by 7. And you look at the Kings, Brett. They've had several name changes over the years in their franchise.
Yeah, before becoming the Sacramento Kings, they were the Rochester Royals, and then the Cincinnati Royals, and then the Kansas City Kings, and then all of a sudden, let's get to the West Coast, and here comes the state capital of Sacramento. It's not really affected the winning, though, has it, B.A.?
Sacramento leading by 7. Here's Sabonis. Pass to LaRavia. Here we go, one-on-one. Batten on the wing. He's scoreless. Here's Klingon from deep three-point land. Rebound by Sacramento. Sabonis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Ellis. Outside Monk. Out left to the wing. Ellis passes to Monk. Here's LaRavia. 5 on the clock. Here's Ellis. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Ellis has gotten his 2nd bucket.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Henderson for 3. The rebound by Murray. Murray's got his 4th rebound in this one. 4-3. And so it's the Sacramento Kings. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter, and their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. More 2K action in just a moment.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shots. Drums! They're measuring up the shots.
And if you're just joining in, 1 half is in the books. 1 half to go. Boy, Zach LaVine has been sensational.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
On the court right now for Portland. We've got Scoot Henderson clinging out there with Delano Banton. Then it's Matisse Thybulle, and it's Kamare in at the 2. LaVine passes to LaRavia. Basket counts. LaRavia's got 5.
You got to keep that head up, and LaVine knows that. Able to hit his man in stride there.
Henderson sinks that one from the post.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Henderson for 3. Sacramento grabs the miss. Outside Monk. Pass to Sabonis. Now here's Levine. Outside Monk. Back to Levine. It's tipped. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. Portland shooting their first free throw of the game here.
You have to love how Scoot Henderson plays beyond his size. I mean, using the quickness and agility to get the better of bigger players. I mean, that's impressive for a young guy to be doing.
Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Kings. Keegan Murray comes in for LaRavia. Knocks down the triple.
Kind of like playing in the rec league, little to no defense on that possession, and the easiest three-pointer you can imagine.
And it's Monk missing. Blazers trail by 8. Outside for Henderson. A screen on Monk. Henderson for 3. Valanciunas with a rebound. Sacramento leading by 8. Blockbuster trades have become more the norm here in the NBA, Graham. Just ask Portland in 2023.
Yeah, the Trailblazers were at the center of some big moves, but that's just how it's done now. Entire teams can be restructured in the process of a single transaction.
As a big, once you get position inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
Gets the 3 to fall.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
Benton, good. Benton's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Pass to Murray. Now here's Valanciunas.
2 minutes.
Oh, tries a 3. Thibault with the board. Blazers trail by 11. Henderson for 3. Hauled in by the Kings. Murray's got his 5th rebound in this one. From deep. And DeRozan gets it to go. On the assist by Murray. DeRozan's got 7 points in the game. Portland has gone 2 of 6 from downtown here in the second half. On the take, Kamari. And he lays it up and in. 5 points in the game.
Now, that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Monk passes to DeRozan. Puts up a 3. Thibault with the board. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 8 in the third. Henderson for 3. Rebound by Sacramento.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Second chance shot. DeRozan gets inside and scores.
Nice ball movement. Good job by Murray to recognize the situation and create the wide open look.
Thibault. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Oh, come on, B.A. I mean, where's the defense? That's just too easy.
Yeah, they got to do a much better job in help.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
And it's Henderson with the ball for Portland. 15-point game. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Hits the trifecta. Ben's got 6 here in the quarter.
You know, I like that decision from Henderson, giving up the rock.
On the wing, Murray. Back to Monk. The 3 ball. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Benton. 6 points for him. Left side, Thibault. Here's Kamari. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
Sometimes it happens when the offense is struggling, but now and then this helps with the offensive uptick right there. Great job of setting his teammate up.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Domantas Sabonis. Jay Crowder is out there with Markelle Fultz. And it's LaRavia in at the 4 slot. So that's 5 in the game for Sacramento. Blazers trail by 15. Pass to Aiden. Here's Avdia. Back to Aiden. All alone. Connects. The jumper drops.
The coaching staff has to like that as he picks apart the defense there in the pick and roll play.
Fultz scanning the floor. Sabonis outside. Got a piece of it.
Sacramento foul. LaRavia. First personal foul. First team foul.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. And the foul called on Markelle Fultz. That'll be a second foul of the game. And some changes here for the Kings. DeRozan is checked in for Crowder. And it's Zach LaVine in for Fultz. Down low. Oh, Grant throws it down.
Grant, one of those big guys that gets up off the ground like a guard. Love to see him throw it down.
To the wing, right side. Here's Sabonis. Outside LaVine. Back to Sabonis. And Aiden pulls it down. Blazers trail by 11. Sharp with it, picked up by DeRozan. That cuts the lead to single digits.
Now, Jeremy Grant, some change in the couch here, finding some offensive rhythm for the team.
The Kings shooting 59% in this one. A good average. Pass to Sabonis. Count it. Good. And the Kings lead by 10.
He kicks it out, takes advantage of the open space. That'll leave a defense scrambling.
Here's Simons. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, Simons, if we got a replay of that, you could see his eyes just get huge there. He had a great chance to finish that one off.
Out to Sabonis. Here's LaVine for 3. Tap and falls. Nice feed from Sabonis. LaVine's got 19 points.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
Ayton passes to Sharp. Ayton, a screen on LaVine. He shoots a 3. And again, it's Portland with a 3.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Here's LaVine for 3. Oh, the long-range prowess of LaVine.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Not like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
The 3 is up. Avdia outside. Tries yet again. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net.
That's a good find from Ayton, understanding the defensive scheme, and he just waited for his teammate to be open.
LaVine challenging DeRozan for 3. And Ayton pulls it down. Ayton's got 6 rebounds here tonight. That's good from Grant on the assist by Ayton.
Did you see that? I mean, going right to the rim. That's how you finish in the open floor.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Here's Avdia. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Oh, that was nasty. A two-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth. Here's Ayton. Money.
How about a pivotal hoop from DeAndre Ayton?
Sacramento has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. On the wing, Levine. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point. And no surprise here. At this stage of the game, they're going to use the
Second personal foul. First team foul.
In place. We've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide-open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Lets it go. Cash! What a beautiful shot! Brings them within 3.
And Simon's saying, bring it on. I got this and more.
Expect them to take their time this trip down.
Yeah, B.A., the clock is theirs to burn. And looking to even the score with a huge 3.
You can bet that's what they're looking for this late in the game. They need that 3.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Oh, it's stolen by DeRozan. The Kings call timeout.
In for your team, number 33, Arabia.
Levine with it. And Levine, throw it down.
He's a living highlight reel.
Seriously, that could end up being one of the best dunks of the year. And so it's Sacramento with the W. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of holding on to the lead at the end.
We have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Avdia is out there with Grant. Then it's Anthony Simon. Then there's Ayton. And it's Kamare in at the shooting guard.
And the fireworks begin. Should be an amazing show tonight.
Yeah, and it's important to get that first score quickly and establish your game.
Now, here's Simon. Lets it go from deep. And it's Rizachet with the rebound. Here's LeVert. Johnson sets the screen for LeVert. Cloak loose. Grant with the ball. He's picked up by LeVert. Right side, Simon. Good, and Grant gets the assist.
And nice pass by Grant. And this is what happens when you become a great scorer. You draw defenders, which often leaves someone open.
Here's Daniels. Back to Johnson. And it's Johnson with the jam.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward as he needs to be as an undersized player.
Portland had, Greg, one of the great guard combinations in Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
Man, that was one heck of a backcourt. And they really complemented each other so well. Drexler with his explosive scoring ability and Porter who could just do a little bit of everything. And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
On deep. And it's Ayton missing. Hawks have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Daniels passes to Johnson. Going inside, and it's Johnson with the jam.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen. I mean, come on, that's a shot you expect him to make.
Now Daniels, he has 6. Johnson outside. And slam dunk by Johnson.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
Now here's Ayton. To stop the run, he lays it in.
Just terrific at executing in the paint. Ayton has a nice array of shots to choose from.
Rizachet at the elbow. Beyond the arc. Portland grabs the miss. And Grant with the clear path to the hoop. Pulls up for 3. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Atlanta leading by 7. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to speak with Quinn Snyder just before the game. Now, he highlighted the problems that come along with facing a center like DeAndre Ayton. Coach said DeAndre impacts the game on both ends of the floor. He can score inside, shoot the mid-range jumper, and defensively, he can protect the rim and switch out on the perimeter. Certainly a talented young center. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. Loads of expectations come with going #1 overall, Stan. We all know that. Just ask DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, Kevin, I think he's become one of the more underrated players in this league. He was the top pick in 2018. People will always measure him against that standard. But look, he's averaged a double-double every season in the league. It's not easy to be that consistent.
54 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Hits the three-point bomb. Daniels has got 9 points.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside. Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Johnson outside. Pass pass to LeVert. From outside the arc. And it's Portland with the rebound. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Now here's Ayton. Here's Kamara. Lays it up and banks it in. 5 points in the game.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
LeVert from outside. And that one is off. It could go. What a play. Simply trains it in at the buzzer.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, it's good tie game in Atlanta. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Trailblazers.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And we also have seen them continue to fire from deep. With the results they're seeing, you can understand why.
In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Daniels out there with LeVert, and it's Reza Shea in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Nailed from three-point land.
A solid passer at his position. LeVert excels at finding his teammates when they're open.
It's to Kamara. Avdia, a screen on LeVert. Here's Kamara. Stolen by LeVert. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Here is Daniels, covered by Simons. And here's Daniels. 9 points in the game so far. Shot clock at 5. And here's LeVert. From deep three-point territory. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Portland's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Kamara misses. What a unique resume for Coach Quinn Snyder. Stan, he's coached in college. He's been overseas as a head coach. He's been in the G League, and now he is back in the NBA.
Yeah, and this guy's just a great coach. He's had teams that perform well at both ends of the floor. He's won everywhere he's been, and he's the only NBA coach I know of that's got a law degree on top of it.
So he's smart and he can coach. Oh, and by the way, he had a pretty good mentor in college, didn't he?
He certainly did.
Avdia, and a miss there on the triple.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Daniels passes to Johnson. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
Yeah, they're going for the throat. And Simons wide open. He'll fire. Good, and Grant gets the assist. Simons has got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Trailblazers. Stolen by Grant. Here's Kamara. And the Trailblazers, another three.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Pass to Daniels. There's a screen. Now Okongwu, and stolen by Ayton. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Blazers are in the midst of a rebuild. Coach Chauncey Billups said it's been a tough couple of years. I'm just here every day grinding through it, helping my guys the best I can. I'm ready for that challenge and that pressure to go out and compete with these best teams. In the NBA, Kevin, this sort of thing takes time.
A lot of time, but the West is tough, David. Thank you. Daniels with it. 12 points for him. Here's Johnson. Shot clock at 3. LeVert from outside. And it's Portland with the rebound. Ayton's got 4 rebounds in this game. Three-pointer on the way. Rebounded by the Hawks. Okongwu's now got his 6th rebound on the night. LeVert kicks to Okongwu. Shoots the 3. Good on the three-point shot. 6 points for Onyeka Okongwu.
showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Here's Banton.
Substitution on the court.
Over to the wing, fires the three. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
A nice shot by Young.
At his best when attacking the rim. Young not settling for a jumper, putting the onus on the D.
Playing the screen for Henderson. And Henderson throws it down hard.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Now, here's Thibault. He's tightly guarded. Here's Klingon. That three off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Young outside. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Trailblazers lead by 1. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Portland leading. You know, Stan, the Blazers started the rebuild process with the big Dame Lillard trade to Milwaukee.
Kevin, it takes guts for a GM to make a move like that, and it didn't go well early on. But they've got to trust the process and stick with the plan that they made.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers. They've got Klingon. Shaedon Sharpe is out there with Matisse Thybulle. Then there's Scoot Henderson. And it's Banton in at the two-guard position. Pass to Krejci. Back to Young. They set the pick. From the arc. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
The basketball mind of Henderson working, stayed ahead of the play for the score.
Nance outside. Pass to Krejci. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Henderson against Young. It's stolen. And now here comes Young leading the break. Drills the three-pointer. Young's got 5 now.
Right there, you love what Young gives you. A great facilitator in transition, and he's also a terrific finisher.
Henderson for 3. From downtown. And he's good on the 3-ball. Banton's got the lead up to 5 now for the Trailblazers.
I love seeing a player pass up his own shot to create a great look for a teammate.
Down low, and here we go with Henderson.
And Henderson doesn't need any extra motivation to head straight for the rim.
And coach, this guy, Matisse Thybulle, he really changes what you can do on offense with his defense.
Yeah, look. Matisse Thybulle's as good a defender as there is in the league. He hasn't had that profile because we haven't seen him on TV as much, but he's disruptive. He causes turnovers. He blocks shots. This guy's as good as there is in the league.
So long and disruptive, a great word to use. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Fires for 3, gets the three-pointer to fall. Krejci's got his first 3 points of the game.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Team seconds.
to Thibault. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Here's Young. And it's good, 2 points. Young's got 5 points now in the quarter.
When you watch Young, there's that courage to his game.
Now, out of the rafters, he punched it in.
Are you kidding me?
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't.
Portland leading by 3. Here's Henderson. And dunks it right on top of Trae Young. Wow.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Henderson looking it over. A 3 ball. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
A part of Henderson's game that's improving. Nice to see him build some confidence from behind the line.
And this past offseason stand was pivotal for the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, they've been at a crossroads, Kevin, every offseason since their Eastern Conference Finals run in 2021. But after missing out on the playoffs last season, changes seemed inevitable.
For 3, Henderson. They get it back. Klingon hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Klingon's got 5 now.
I love how hard Klingon works that offensive glass, using his size in that situation.
And here's Henderson. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. Shot's good by Banton. And now it's an 11-point Trailblazer lead.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Pass to Gay. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Portland has gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. For 3, Nance. And Klingon pulls it down. Klingon's got his 4th rebound in this one. Knocks it loose. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've had such great ball. And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And the Hawks with possession here. It's a 13-point game. The front court is Rizuche and Johnson. Karis LeVert is out there with Daniel. And it's Okongwu into the center position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Outside, Simons got a piece of it. And another turnover here by Portland. Atlanta's shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. Here's Daniels, and he jams it with authority.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of it.
Ayton, the pass to Simons. Shot clock at 6. Pulls up. And it's Ayton missing.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Johnson kicks to LeVert. Johnson sends the screen for LeVert. And Okongwu has it in the corner. Simons from outside. Here's Ayton. Goes back up. Grant finds Simons. Poked away. The Hawks trail by 8. On the wing, Daniels. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. From deep. And it's Ayton with the rebound. For Portland, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Abia, a screen on Johnson. Grant for 3. Rebound by the Hawks. Okongwu's now got 8 rebounds in this game. Now Daniels. A floater. And good that time. Daniels has got 19 points.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Ayton, a screen. Back to Simons. They need this one. Again, Simons missing.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
Yeah, it's normally the defense that fuels a comeback, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
Sinks the triple.
And the fans are so fired up after that triple that trimmed the lead at the other end. And now they are stunned.
From deep, Johnson. He's off on that one.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set. Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Ayton sets the pick for Simon. Drives to the hoop. Oh, what a jam! Simons!
And that's rocking the rim. Give him 2 points and tack on some for style.
Oh, he deserves it. He deserves all the points he can get there. Sensational. And the foul on Dyson Daniel. That's foul number 2 for him. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Bounce pass, Simon. Knocked away. Pass to Johnson. There's the pick. Here's Daniels. Here's the 3. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Daniels has got 13 points now in the quarter.
And the three-point shot really has been their best friend here tonight.
Well, it's one thing to hit threes when it doesn't matter. It's another to do it in clutch time. Takes a special player.
And that one's good, Ayton.
And I'll tell you what, stretch bigs are getting bigger. Ayton, MB, Big Cat, this is the future.
And so it's Abdia with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Levert against Abdia. Pass to Rizichet. Count it! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Assertive play by Rizichet. Not every rookie is ready to shoulder the big moment.
Here's Simon. Rebounded by the Hawks. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Daniels passes to Johnson. Back to Daniels. No good on the 3. Pass to Okongwu. Places one from 3. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really, and a
but eventually I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the kiss. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let
looking for answers.
DeRozan, then there's Zach LaVine, and it's Ellis in at the point guard position. And for the Hawks, Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Karis LeVert is out there with Dyson Daniels, and it's Risache in at the 3, the small forward. Richard, what do you expect to see from this guard matchup?
These guys are lethal one-on-one, but I think the key is to keep their teammates involved, playing unselfish basketball.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive talent.
And if everything goes to plan, this could be a very fun matchup to watch. He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
Out of bounds. Sacramento ball.
Sabonis looking over the floor. Pass to LaVine. Outside Murray. And he goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, and that was a big-time flush. I love whenever Murray takes flight like this.
And here's LeVert for 3. It's rebounded by Sabonis. First quarter, just over a minute played. Here's DeRozan. Here's Ellis. Outside Murray. Outside for LaVine. He drops it from range.
Off the pass, LaVine is more or less just automatic. He just lets it fly.
And Richard, whenever Sabonis plays, it's surprising if he doesn't record a double-double.
They're usually monster double-doubles also. Close to 20 points, 13 rebounds, and at least 6 assists. Domas, he is an offensive hub.
And it's the Kings with the ball, following the score by Atlanta. Left side, LaVine. Pass to Murray. Back to LaVine. 5 to shoot. Out to Sabonis. Off the mark there with a 3.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Johnson a screen on DeRozan. For 3. LeVert. And that's good.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
On the wing, DeRozan. They set the pick. Sabonis outside. Tipped away. It's stolen by Johnson. LeVert goes against Murray. There's the triple. And Domas Sabonis pulls it down. Sacramento has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. LaVine passes to Ellis. Outside Murray. Pulls up. Perfect night so far. 2 for 2.
Yeah, this is the kind of confidence you love seeing. Murray not thinking twice at all about firing away.
Okongwu, a screen on DeRozan. Back to Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu!
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
On the wing, DeRozan. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, I did have a chance to talk with head coach Quinn Snyder. When I asked about guarding the big man, Domantas Sabonis, he told me his versatility is really tremendous. I told our guys to be aware of not just his scoring ability, but to clog up any passing lanes they see, because he can really move the ball too. It's going to take a total team effort from us. Let's see how things play out.
Allie, thank you. Well, Grant, the Kings, one of those up-and-coming teams that are knocking at the door.
Yeah, they have some stars, PA. They have some great role players, too. Part of their problem is they're in the Western Conference. It's so hard to just make the play-in tournament in that conference.
LeVert finds Johnson. They set the pick. Into the lane. Oh, can't answer back with his own dunk. The Kings trailing. Here's Valanciunas. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
More of a traditional center. Jonas Valanciunas can dominate the glass and capable of a double-double on any given night.
It's always nice to see a big fella be able to knock down some free throws and make teams pay from the line.
LeVert goes against LaVine. LeVert passes to Johnson. Here's Risache. Back to Johnson. Uses the glass on the layup. Oh, another lead change. 6 total in the first half.
And this is the battle we were hoping to see.
Here's Ellis. He's checked by Levert. Here's Levine for 3. Okongwu with the rebound. Shot and game clock separated by 5. For Atlanta, they've gone 6 of 9 and finding their rhythm now. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Atlanta shooting their first free throw in this game. And the free throw, no good. Kings trail by 3. Here's Monk. Laravia passes to Monk. Lets it fly from 18. Yes, on the jumper.
That was not an easy move. I mean, especially against that length.
Okay, look, that move right there is a product of repetition. He's worked on that, and it pays off over that little larger defender.
Well, it's been a high-scoring, competitive game through the first quarter of play. The Hawks on top, up by 1. And the second quarter about... And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for the Hawks.
Oh, boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
Another area they've excelled in is the points in the paint. They've been able to gouge the interior defense so far in this one.
On the court for the Kings, second quarter underway. Perimeter is filled up by Monk and DeRozan. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then there's Markelle Fultz, and it's Laravia in at the 4 slot. The 3 from Rizachet. Rebound by Sacramento. Valanciunas has got 4 rebounds now. And out on the wings, Zach Rizachet has so many things scouts are looking for these days.
Yeah, B.A., this guy has tremendous potential as a two-way threat. Great length, good athleticism, and his jump shot could be elite.
And Young gets it to go.
Nice work inside from Young. Not afraid of trying his luck down there.
Monk for 3. The rebound by the Hawks. Outside Johnson. Pass to Okongwu. Fires the 3. Rebound by Sacramento. Valanciunas has got his 5th rebound in this one. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Trae Young. That's his first foul. Daniels is checked in for the Hawks. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Outside Fultz. Now here's Monk. They grab their own miss. Here's DeRozan. A big DeRozan jam.
Getting up there with the slam. DeMar DeRozan leaves nothing to chance.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in. They're working. They're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Back to Daniels. From downtown, Valanciunas with a rebound. Valanciunas has got rebound number 7 tonight. Here's Laravia, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Back to the basics, unleashing the one-hand flush.
Boy, he makes the basics look pretty outstanding, though, huh?
That's true.
Oh, stolen by Fultz, and he jams it home with authority.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Nails it from 3. And you played for several different coaches with very different philosophies, Grant. Did you have a favorite system?
Well, you know, B.A., I did. I played 19 years, a number of different coaches, but the 8 seconds or less offense back when I was with the Suns as a player, you want to run, and honestly, it's so much fun getting up and down the court like that.
And here's Levert for 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
Fultz passes to DeRozan. DeMar, strong move inside.
Double D has that soft touch, and it serves him well on that interior.
Levert outside. The 3. Rebound by Sacramento. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. There's a screen. Here's DeRozan. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And Richard, throughout his career, DeMar DeRozan has such an easy time finding ways to score.
He knows how to get to his spots on the floor, B.A. You have to do your work early against DeRozan because he is a midi master. If you let him move freely, he will J you to death.
And it's a completely new group for the Hawks. Young misses. For Sacramento, they've gotten 4 of their first 9 shots to go here in the second. Young drives it in. Finished off the break. Young's got 4 points in the quarter.
And the defense really has no chance when Young gets in space. He's just too skilled.
And it's out of bounds to Sacramento.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
Murray's checked in for the Kings. Malik Monk comes in for DeRozan. Sabonis finds Levine. Oh, stolen by Nance. Man, the pass to Young. And there's a pick. Launches a 3. The 3 ball is good from Young.
Yeah, Trae Young can change the course of a game with his outside shooting.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Ellis. And he banks in the layup. Ellis has got his first points of the game.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Pass to Young. 15 seconds left in the first half. Here's Krejci. No made baskets yet. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Nance. Count that bucket. And the Hawks lead by 6.
In the NBA, you let anyone shoot inside 5 feet, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage.
And so it's Atlanta with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. And 6-man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks, Grant.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base. Extremely loyal and passionate, and they've swayed the outcome of games.
Terrence Mann is out there with Trae Young. Then it's Larry Nance, and it's Krejci in at small forward. So that's the Hawks 5. Kings trail by 3. Pass to Ellis. Murray from outside. And another Sacramento 3.
Stretching that range. Defenders might want to get out on Murray. He is dangerous from out there.
Left side Young. Nance with it. He's guarded by Sabonis. Krejci, the pass to Young. Sabonis against Nance. Jacks up a 3. And no good. Sacramento has gone 2 for 2 from deep here in the third. Ellis passes to Monk. Pass to Murray for the lead. Nance pulls down the board. Atlanta's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Krejci. Right side Young. Let's go with a 3. Fires in the triple. Young's got 10 points in the game.
Ice Trae, looking cool as ever, just draining it.
Picked by Sabonis. Here's Levine for 3. Nance pulls down the board. The Hawks lead by 3. It's tipped. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Man, the pass to Nance. Here's Gay. The kick out to Nance. From the arc. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Sabonis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Well, Grant, in the spring of 2024, a remarkable streak ended. Domantas Sabonis had recorded 61.
Oh,
big finish!
Wow. Okay, I see you. Check out Levine getting artful at the rim, leaving the defense just completely clueless of how to stop it.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
With the game on the line, Ice Trey is dangerous, man. Young said, I've been owning the moment my whole life. That's what I do. I've worked too hard to be afraid of the moment. Brian?
Well, Allie, it definitely shows in his play. It's great stuff there. Thank you. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Sabonis. And the Hawks going with a whole new group out there. Here's Daniels. And Atlanta misses again.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
LeVert passes to Okongwu. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
If the defense lets him inside, he will not hesitate. He'll gladly drop that thing right in the cup.
Fultz passes to DeRozan. Right side Fultz. This one for 3. Rebounded by the Hawks. Okongwu's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Out to the right wing. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Here's Levine. Yes! Levine inside.
Not just a shooter, Levine is also willing to bury himself inside and go to work.
There's 57 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Okongwu, a screen on DeRozan. Back to Daniels. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Johnson. Okongwu, a screen on Murray. Here's Johnson. That one doesn't drop. Nice D from Valanciunas. Who poked away. And a fast break now for the Hawks. By himself. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
And leaking out well in transition. Man, I like seeing Daniels get rewarded for hustling.
Here's Levine. Back to Fultz. And up the floor again for the Hawks. Running the court. Here's Daniels. He's got 11. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line. A chance at a 3-point play.
Nice feed inside. Saw the play develop and hit him right when he needed to.
Atlanta shooting their 2nd attempt at the line tonight. The free throw drops for Johnson. There's 10 seconds left in the 3rd. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
Make some noise for your A-team.
Here's Levine for 3. And Zach Levine from deep.
And what were they thinking, leaving 3 guys, like 3 open on the perimeter? They got what they asked for.
Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the 4th quarter. The Hawks on top. They're up by 5. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And just a selfless decision from your 2-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
We talk a lot about playing for one another. Right there with the pass, he's demonstrated what it means to do exactly this.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. All right, a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the fourth quarter. We've got Domantas Sabonis. Malik Monk is out there with Zach LaVine. And it's LaRavia in at power forward. Here's Daniels. Buries it from 3.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Here's Ellis. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to be on Karis LeVert. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
They're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
And I also have to praise them for their three-point shooting. They're showing a lot of confidence, letting them fly from deep.
Okongwu's checked in for Atlanta. Keegan Murray's checked in for Sacramento. DeRozan comes in for Monk. Okongwu with the bucket.
Even though he's young, Daniels tends to make the right decisions with the ball in his hands.
Ellis passes to Murray. Here's Ellis. He's checked by LeVert.
Atlanta foul. He's a shot. 10 seconds. Team seconds.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Murray, no good.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Here's Daniels. The 3 is up. Hauled in by the Kings. Sabonis has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's LaVine for 3. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
Well, LaVine is fired up tonight and having no trouble finding points for his squad.
Here's Daniels. Knocked away. Murray with it. Now LeVert defending. Back come the Kings in transition. Here's LaVine for 3. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Here's Okongwu. Ooh, now 7 for 9 after that make.
With a tough road ahead, they worked hard to get a good shot.
Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Ellis passes to Murray, and Jalen Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Here's Ellis. Pass to Murray. Outside LaVine. Shot clock at 5. Late clock here. The Kings need to get one up. Sabonis can't hit. Atlanta leading by 3. Picked up by Okongwu. On the wing, Daniels. Just about 3 minutes through the fourth and final quarter here. And out of bounds, the Kings will take it. Kings trail by 3. Outside LaVine. Pass to DeRozan. Got a hand on it.
Yeah, that was great job on defense from Daniels. He knows how to distract shooters.
Now Okongwu. Here's Daniels. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
And how about Daniels embracing the spotlight? He loves hitting these big-time shots.
Shots good by Sabonis.
Answering the bell, Sabonis. Big time, guys.
We've got 1:28 left in the final quarter. Here's Okongwu. Here's Daniels. Pass to Johnson. The 17-footer. And that's good for 2. And the Hawks lead by 5.
This has been the story of the game. A battle fought on offense.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy basket.
Good on the first. And that shrinks the margin to just 4. And Sacramento making a change here. LaRavia's checked in.
Yeah, just a fruitful trip to the line. He's made this a one-possession game.
Picked up by Okongwu. drives to the hoop. And he sinks it.
How about the rookie, Zachary Risachet, delivering a timely bucket?
Here's Ellis. He's checked by LeVert. Pass to Ellis. On the wing, Levine. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. And with this game coming down to the wire, they're quick to use their coach's challenge, asking for a review. This could be a big call.
People were worried that this was
Under NBA rules, the officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
The Kings call timeout. Malik Monk checked in for the Kings. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
During the break, the coach of the Kings had some words for his team. He reminded his team just how close this game is, saying, guys, we aren't out of this yet. You still have plenty of time left. Let's go out and execute our game plan, and I promise you, we will win this game. Let's see how they come out of this timeout, Brian.
Thank you for that, Allie. Daniels, that one's true. And now it's an 8-point Atlanta lead.
Ooh, he's earning his keep offensively, a key part of their winning effort at this point.
Sabonis, the pass to Levine. Fires for 3. It falls! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Such a talented passer at his position. Sabonis is all about making winning plays.
Johnson with it. No good. So this one belongs to the Hawks. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves. But at the end of the day, everyone on their side is happy.
Yeah, happy indeed.
And the Trailblazers start out with the ball. Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. The post pair for him will be Murray and Sabonis. Zach LaVine is out there with Ellis. And it's DeRozan in at the 3. Here's Sacramento now. Hey, Greg, what about Jeremy Grant? He's had about every role you can imagine on any team he's played on.
And Kevin, he started out as a second-round pick, hoping to just make a team. He's been a bench spark plug, a starter, even a #1 option in Detroit for a couple of years. Grant's done it all.
And so it's the Kings getting on the board first. And that one's good, Ayton.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And here is Ellis following DeAndre Ayton's 3. Avdia against Murray, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
I was able to talk with Chauncey Billups for a minute. We discussed the prospect of facing off against Zach LaVine. Coach said Zach is an uber athlete. He can jump out of the gym, but he also has such a nice three-point shot, it makes LaVine a headache. We'll switch up who's guarding him as the game progresses. Of course, LaVine can beat you so many different ways. That'll be fun to watch tonight. Guys?
Thank you, David. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Following the three-point attempt by DeRozan. Hamara outside Avdia. Fires from deep. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now, here's DeRozan. No good on the triple. It's stolen by DeRozan. For the 3. A three-pointer is right on target.
And by no means a volume three-point shooter. DeRozan barely takes threes compared to most wings in the league.
Simons against Ellis. Launches a 3. And Domantas Sabonis pulls it down.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Well, Brent, last season was disappointing for the Kings after being eliminated in the play-in.
Yeah, a little bit of regression. They did have some key injuries to some guys in the stretch of the season that was vital for them to make the playoff push. But I think it helped them realize just how fun the playoffs are and just how hard it is to get back there. And maybe in this offseason they come back a little bit more focused, knowing how loaded the Western Conference is.
Now here's LaVine for 3. Murray, another 3 for Sacramento.
Early on in his NBA career, Murray's showing he's a capable shooter.
Ayton a screen on Murray. Here's Avdia. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. DeRozan on the wing. Back to Murray. Pass to Sabonis. No one near him. And the shot falls short this time.
Sacramento foul.
And the Kings making a change here. Valanciunas has checked in.
First team foul. Kings substitution.
There's 1:17 left here in the opening quarter. Grant with a screen on Ellis. Inside. And the dunk by Grant.
Simons has a great change of pace when he comes off of those screens. So it might not look like he's going fast, but he might take an extra step. And guys just can't keep up with that.
Now here's Ellis. He has yet to score. Murray, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Well, nice smooth release from Grant that time. Can't let him get that kind of rhythm.
They get it again. Kick out to LaVine. And here is Ayton. 8 points for him. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession.
A A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time he might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
And the Kings making a change here. Laravia's checked in. Simons from outside. Valanciunas grabs the board. The Kings trail by 4. Here's Levine. It's DeRozan with the drive.
Outstanding initiative there from DeRozan. And it's because of that take charge attitude he earns the call there.
The Kings shooting their first free throws of the game.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
11 seconds left in the first. Here's Kamara. And again, it's the Trailblazers missing. And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Trailblazers lead. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Portland.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
Well, they really cashed in on the break. I mean, it feels like they're hungry to get out, they're hungry to run, and they're not passing up any chances to leak out and score.
On the court for Sacramento, we've got Markelle Fultz, also Zach LaVine out there. Monk is out there with Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Laravia in at the 4th. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, Anthony Simons came into the NBA at age 19, and he's paid his dues, working his way up from the end of the bench to a starring role. Coach Chauncey Billups says he just believes he's one of the best players in the NBA. And confidence is a big thing. Well, Kevin, you certainly earned it. Back to you.
I would totally agree with you, DA. Thank you so much. Clock at 6. Monk, the pass to Fultz. Valanciunas sets a screen for Fultz. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Fultz has got his first points in this one. Hey, Brent, you spent a bunch of your career as a scoring guard off the bench. A lot like Malik Monk.
Well, not quite like Malik Monk, but this guy has been unbelievable. The way that he changes the pace of the game with scoring. It reminds me of a younger version of Jamal Crawford, who obviously won 3 Six-Man of the Year titles. This guy is so explosive and so confident. He has leaned into the role of being a difference maker as a 6-man.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. And the dunk by Grant.
Ooh, great feed, great finish. That's Jeremy Grant.
The Kings trail by 5. Levine for 3 trains the three-pointer. Levine's got a pair of triples in the second now for Sacramento.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Valanciunas can step outside, and if he has a good feeling about it, he's going to let it rip.
Simons against Fultz. Here's Ayton. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Valanciunas passes to Laravia.
He has the size to get up quickly. Ayton with the throwback.
Murray's checked in for Zach LaVine.
Into the Kings, number 13, Keegan Murray.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Fultz finds Valanciunas.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Hey, Brent, what's one area where we really see these Portland Trailblazers excel?
Well, they're great on the offensive glass. They have presence on the inside. They have a ton of focus on just collecting rebounds. So great at retrieving those misses.
Ellis is checked in for the Kings. Sacramento shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
6 on the shot clock. And they get it. And it's good on the way in. For Sacramento, they've gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. Pass to Monk. Launches it. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Ellis has got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive. He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
And the dunk by Valanciunas.
It's not going to be a soft finish when Valanciunas gets inside. Count on him going up strong.
Here's Avdia. And another 3 for Portland. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Here's Ellis. Murray outside. Fires the 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. Avdia gets to Ayton. He tries for 3. Out to the wing.
Kings foul. Second personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
8 seconds left to play in the first half.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Monk for 3. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Portland out in front. They're banking in for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Jeremy Grant, what a contribution.
Yeah. Oh!
Yes, sir.
Yes, the hammer from Levine. That is an electric average.
Here's Henderson. Rejected by Murray. Henderson against Ellis. On the wing, Levine. Screen by Sabonis. Puts up a 3. And Zach LaVine hits from deep. Levine's got 5 points now this quarter.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
I don't like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. DeRozan finds Ellis. Over Henderson. And there's Ellis. That's good on the assist from DeRozan. Ellis has got his first 2 points.
Oh, that's a terrific dime from DeRozan. And this is why guys enjoy playing with him.
A nice shot by Klingon.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Shots good by Ellis.
And that distribution from Sabonis just keeps growing. Found the open man that time.
And some changes here for the Kings. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Murray. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Ellis. Trailblazers trail by 3. Now the Kings went from 3 seed in 2023 to out of the playoffs completely, Brent, last season.
Well, it speaks to how competitive the Western Conference was. You know, you got to realize, Kevin, Sacramento won just 2 less games than they did after that magical run in 2023. The West was just better. So the Kings got to fill some holes, find some pieces, and hopefully have some guys improve upon what they did last season.
Henderson passes to Sharp. Takes the three. Here's Thibault. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Fultz kicks to McDermott. Pass to Levine. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, Brent, the Blazers had a real chance to win some titles.
Oh, man, they ran into some great teams, too, Kevin. The bad boy Pistons, and then the Bulls, obviously, with Michael Jordan. Winning a title in those days took something special, and the Blazers were right there.
The Kings making a switch here. Moravia's checked in. Here's Klingon. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Sacramento. They're on a 14-6 run. Laravia passes to Fultz. Here's Laravia. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got his 4th assist in this one.
I really like the awareness from Fultz. It has an ability to know when one of his guys is wide open.
And the Kings making a change here. Monk's checked in.
King substitution. Number 0.
1:57 left in the third quarter of the game. Sharp, the pass to Thibault. They get the rebound.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Sabonis inside. Defended by Sharp. Sabonis' shot is off. Stripped away. Here's Laravia, and he's good on the 3-ball. Laravia's got the lead up to 10 now for the Kings. A minute 20 left to play here in the third. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitors.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
And the basket is good. Sabonis has got his 2nd basket.
This is where Sabonis can play tricks. He's got every move at his disposal.
Henderson against Fultz. Henderson, no good. Sacramento leading by 9. Monk kicks to Sabonis. Sharp against Monk. Pass to Laravia. Now Sabonis. 5 to shoot. Nifty move. Benton with the rebound. Portland's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Offensive rebound, right wing. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Back to Sharp. Pass to Klingon. It's good from long range. Klingon's got 5 points now this quarter. Monk outside. Got it up. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Sacramento Kings with their lead standing at 6 points here. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And so here's Portland. And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the fourth. Monk on the wing. He's paired with DeRozan. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And there's Fultz. And it's Laravia in at power forward. Here's Kamare. Pass to Avdia. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
And both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both, but gets close, he's getting the ball.
1 minute now into this 4th quarter, and the wide open shot from Avdia. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Simon's playing unselfish. That's going to help this team get in a great rhythm.
Levine throws it down.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Grant on the wing. A floater. The shot misses. Nice D from Levine. Kings leading now by 4. Ellis kicks to DeRozan. Kicks it out to Ellis. Outside DeRozan. There's the drive. Misses from short range. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Timeout, Sacramento. Checked in for Anthony Simon. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
During that break, Sacramento's coach had some words for the team. Now, they've been happy with the way the team is shooting. He reminded players to keep taking those threes, that they've had some clean looks. When that three goes in, it's always a welcome sight. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Kings?
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
Well, something else I've seen from them in this game is just how quick they are to capitalize on a turnover. I mean, they're pouncing on that stuff. And you got to be careful when you're handling the ball around them.
Now here's Ellis. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. 6 to shoot. Levine for 3. That shot off. Trailblazers trail by 4. Finished off the break. Kamari's got 4 points in the quarter.
And Grant with a nice heads-up play, willing to make the next pass.
Grant on the wing.
2 minutes in the game.
Here's Kamari. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Kicks it out to Ellis. On the wing, Levine. Ellis with the screen for Levine. In the corner, it's Valanciunas. Here's Murray. Here he goes. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Ayton dishes to Grant. Ayton sets the pick for Grant. Back to Ayton. That's to Grant. Now Ayton, guarded by Valanciunas, and that one's good, Ayton.
And how about that? Ayton stepping up, wanting the pressure.
Levine finds Valanciunas on the mark with the 15-footer. And that's 11 points for Valanciunas.
Big bucket from the big man as Valanciunas knocks it in.
Ayton the screen. Pass to Avdia. To take the lead. Here's Ayton.
That is world class.
We've seen that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
And here's DeRozan. Kicks it out to Ellis. Ellis with the screen for Levine. It falls!
And he's been reliable as ever on offense. Levine working hard to make a big impact on that end.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. That shot eliciting a roar from his gigantic crowd.
Guys, more than a roar, more like an explosion.
Left side, Levine. DeRozan passes to Levine. Back to DeRozan. Levine sets the screen for DeRozan. Oh, no good. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Now Simon. And he commits the intentional foul.
First personal foul.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 3-point game.
Huge free throws, bumps the lead up to 3, and now they simply have to guard against the 3 ball.
Timeout, Sacramento. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
And they need a 3 to tie. But look, they've got enough time here to find a good look. They can run a play off the inbounds, make sure they get it in the hands of their best shooter.
And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. What a show they put out here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that...
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice in the mid, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out
backcourts in this one, Stan, cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions, but tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. Now the opening lineup for Atlanta. Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Dyson Daniels out there with Karis LeVert. And it's Risache in at the 3, the small forward.
Yeah, that's inexcusable. I mean, the defense must push LeVert farther away from the basket than that.
Simons outside. It's Abdia on the wing. Here's Kamare. He's checked by LeVert. Fires from deep. Okongwu with the rebound. Here's LeVert. Pass to Okongwu. Poke loose. Now the Blazers on the move. And Ayton with the stuff.
And Ayton read the play perfectly and got out in front of it for the score off the break.
Grant against Okongwu. Sends it home from three-point land.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
And Coach, with Okongwu adding a 3 to his game, it's hard to keep him off the floor now.
It is, Brian, and he can do a lot for a team when he plays. He can now spread out the floor. He can guard multiple positions. But the main thing Okongwu does is he is all over the glass.
Here's Daniels. Out to the wing. And he's going for the lob. The shot by Johnson, no good.
And gearing up for the alley-oop, just couldn't finish the play.
Well, it's not easy to time that up. Just not quite in sync there.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Okongwu. Here's Daniels. And the three-pointer goes.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Simons with it. Now LeVert defending. Pass to Ayton. Lets it go from the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Grant's shot is off. For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. There's the screen by Johnson. Here's Daniels. Pulls it. And the jumper is on the mark. Daniels has got 5 points. Here's Simons. Lets the 3 fly. Sinks it from distance.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
LeVert passes to Johnson. LeVert, a screen on Avdia. Here's Johnson. Simons with a rebound. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. Grant, the pass to Simons. It's LeVert on the wing. Launches it. Avdia pulls it in.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Despite ups and downs, the Atlanta Hawks have remained in the hunt season to season, Stan.
Well, Brian, this team has a lot of resilience. They're scrappy, they're hardworking, and it's helped them stay on the margins, at least, of the playoff picture.
LeVert finds Johnson. Okongwu, a screen on Avdia. And he can't jam it through.
Come on, you can't be doing that. I know these guys want to put on a show, but you can't pass up scoring opportunities.
Here's Daniels. He's got 5. Hits a three-pointer.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Simons with it. Now Okongwu defending. Portland again missing. 2-for-1 opportunity here.
Hey, if I'm in their shoes, I'd go for it.
Pass to Daniels. The 3. Portland grabs the miss. There's Simons with a 3. Grant, the pass to Simons. 20 seconds left in the first quarter here. It's Avdia on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Kamari. There's Simons with a 3. Portland, no good that time either. Gets it off. Perry from outside. I don't know.
There will be 2 minutes to review the play.
The play. The question, did he get the basket off in time or not?
Yeah, they're going to review that shot to make sure he got it off in time, but I think it's going to count.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks with a... If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Atlanta.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, It spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
On the court for the Hawks, Risachet and Johnson, they're the forwards. Karis LeVert is out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's a Kongwu in at the 5, roaming the paint. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, Jeremy Grant averaged single digits in points the first 4 seasons of his career. But over the last 4 seasons, he's scoring over 20 a game. He said it all changed for him back in Detroit, adding, quote, "I grew as a player, being the #1 option and seeing different coverages. Now I'm reaping the benefits," unquote. Brian?
All right, Allie, thanks. On the break. Count it. And that shot gets him in the books. He's 1 for 3. And we played through the first minute here in the second. LeVert goes against Simons. A Kongwu, a screen on Simons. Pass to Daniels. Johnson for 3. And after missing his first 3 shots, he drains it. 1 for 4.
Defensively, gotta close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
And picked 20th back in 2021. Jalen Johnson might end up being the steal of that draft, Coach.
Well, look, Brian, when we see guys take a big jump like Johnson has, it's usually because they have shot the ball better like he has. He's really blossomed during his 3rd year and still has plenty of room to grow.
Daniels misses.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
The Hawks leading. Pass to Risachet. Back to Daniels. Just his 4th make in 10 tries.
Really good passing wing. Risachet isn't a ball stopper. He really looks for his teammates.
Simons outside. From outside the arc. Clock at 4. Hayden finds Grant. Fires the 3. Kept alive. Right wing. Here's Kamare. Offline with a 3. The Hawks lead by 4. Picked up by a Kongwu. Out to the right wing. The 3 from Risachet. Drills it from deep. Risachet's got his first 3 points of the game.
And you see how dangerous Risachet can be from deep, especially considering how fast his release is.
Here's Kamare. Using his post moves to get the 2 points.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pep.
Here's Johnson. Simons with a rebound. And it's Simons with the ball for Portland. Takes the 3 on target from range. Now just a 2-point Atlanta lead.
Yeah, way back when I started coaching, you never wanted a 3-pointer on a fast break. Now, it's the shot teams are looking for.
The 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
He's cold from distance here in the 2nd quarter. You may want to try a different approach moving forward. Woohoo! Just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Avdia against Johnson. Pass to a Kongwu. He shoots it. Good on the jump shot. A Kongwu's got 5 points.
Well, we've all had those as coaches. That's a no, 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 yes type of shot.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
A line change here for Portland. There's 31 seconds left in the first half of this game.
Yeah, not afraid to finish at the rim. Sharp, just relentless.
There's Young with the three. Look at Young, making it look easy. Here's Henderson. Outside Sharp. There's a screen. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Sharp's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, you see the vision from Henderson. Just a terrific facilitator.
That's the screen. Here's Man. No good on the three. Doesn't go for him. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Atlanta on top, up 2. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Scoot and Sharp are the backcourt set. Delano Banton out there with Matisse Thybulle, and it's Klingon in at the center position. That's the group starting the second half for Chauncey Billups. Portland trailing here, and you watch Donovan Klingon. He really benefited from that extra year in college, Greg.
Yeah, the development cycle can be a little longer for centers, BA. He cleaned up a lot offensively and took his strength and conditioning to another level.
He buries it from 3, and the Hawks lead by 3.
Well, that's just excellent offense. If the defense is giving that up, you've got to take it.
Here's Banton. Outside Sharp, fires for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Sharp's got 9.
And you see right there the practice time Sharp's put in. Sound shooting mechanics for a guy who hasn't played a lot of games in his career.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Matisse Thybulle. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Second half rolling along, about a minute played here. Here's Young. Fearless from Young inside.
Nice work inside from Young. Not afraid of trying his luck down there.
The ball's knocked loose. Sharp passes to Thybulle. The rebound by Man.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Here's Krejci. From outside, off the mark.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Henderson. Outside Thybulle. Banton on the wing. No points so far. Knocks down the long J. The Hawks trailing. Outside man. Pass to Nance. Takes a 3. Portland grabs the miss.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
The Hawks have gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. Here's Gay. Here's Man. Drains the triple. He's got 6. Stan, you've coached so many rookies over the years. What are some key things you like to see from a player coming into the league?
Well, look, you've got to have a guy, Brian, that's ready to compete at that level and has to bring that every night. From there, it's just all about learning. There's going to be mistakes, but you want guys who can learn and improve at a consistent rate.
Is it true that defense is the fastest way into the coach's heart?
Well, it's certainly a way to gain confidence, that's for sure.
And here comes the break.
2 minutes.
Here's Henderson. Oh, a highlight! What a slam!
Oh, my.
Whoa, Scoot. What a move.
Here's Man. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Henderson, the pass to Thybulle. Back to Henderson. Pass to Klingon. Here's Banton. fake. Slam dunk.
And at his size, Clingan is always an above-the-rim threat.
Nance, the pass to man. Young with a screen on Sharp. From downtown. Man misses. For Portland, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to go. Left side Thibault. From outside the arc. Sinks the tray. And the Trailblazers lead by 2. Extremely competitive game thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes in total. I expect there to be more to come.
Here's Man. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Portland has gone 3 of 5 from downtown here in the second half. The Hawks have gone 4 of 9 in the third quarter. Young looking around. Krejci, the pass to Young. And the layup is good off the glass. Young's gotten 4 this quarter.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Pass to Henderson. Launches it. Another 3 for Portland.
Oh, good 3-ball by Henderson. Now, this is the part of his game that he wants to keep developing.
Outside Young. From behind the arc. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Yeah, they needed the 3 to tie it up, and he nails it. That sets up.
It's all tied up in Portland. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And the Hawks, looking at who they've got, Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Dyson Daniels out there with Karis LeVert. And it's Risacher in at the 3. Here's Daniels. Pass to LeVert. Here's the pick. Now Johnson. Clock at 6. On the wing, Daniels. This one for 3. That's bucket number 5. He's 5 for 12 now.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
Here's Kamare. He's checked by LeVert. Simons outside. Here's Kamare. Now here's Grant. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over.
And this is the absolute wrong time to stop communicating. They have to get in sync.
Atlanta leading by 3. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. And there's the screen. Back to Daniels. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Get it, young fella. Dyson Daniels has a lot of tools, showing his hops on that one.
It's Avdia on the wing. High arcing shot. He gets it in there.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
And here's LeVert for 3. Portland with a rebound. Ayton's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Kamare. Ayton, a screen on LeVert. Here's Grant. Soft touch off the glass.
Look at how Grant attacks the interior, doing what it takes to get a high percentage shot.
And here's LeVert for 3. Hits the trifecta. And the Hawks lead by 4.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
Kamare. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
LeVert attacking. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. That's on Anthony Simons. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Atlanta.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
They've also been showing us standout play on the fast break, working as a team to create easy opportunities.
2 minutes.
The Hawks lead by 4.
2 minutes.
We've got 1:55 left in the fourth. Daniels passes to LeVert. Three-pointer. Avdia pulls it in. Avdia's got his 6th rebound on the night. And it's Simons penetrating. Grant outside. Avdia outside. Beyond the arc. Sinks it from distance.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Here's Daniels. And Atlanta misses again. Portland has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Avdia finds Simons. Yes, they get the go-ahead bucket. And the Trailblazers lead by 1. Oh, couldn't have asked for a more hotly contested game.
These teams have swapped the lead 8 times. I believe it's coming down to the wire.
Shoots. Okongwu, no good.
You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
Pass to Kamari. There's 37 seconds left in the game. Simons passes to Ayton. Here's Kamari. Back to Simons. There's the 3.
And on defense, LeVert is so crafty, using his agility and quickness to keep the other man off balance.
Here's Daniels. Outside Johnson. Money.
A bit undersized. His hops make him a legit small ball 4.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. All right, guys, how do you see him managing the next possession?
And this is what it's all about. This shot could win the game. Not much time left, but they have just enough to execute a play.
It's time to stand up and get loud for your Blazers. Now the lineup for your Trailblazers. Number 17, Shayden.
Three-pointer Sharp. Oh, that shot had a chance, but the all-or-nothing shot attempt is off the mark. All right, Allie, thank you.
Thanks for coming out.
And that'll wrap it up, folks.